LGB. 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 LGB.
They say LGB everywhere I go. LGB. What it means, I don't know. LGB. Whatever it is. LGB. Kamala, help me, please. Please.
Alrighty then.
I like you. LGB.
That let's go, Brandon, right?
LGB.
This means let's go, Brandon.
No. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon, I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
I am Cornholio.
Chant LGB. Right wing and left wing. LGB. Go, you know the thing. LGB. If you don't sing that back. LGB. And you ain't black. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
FJB. Let's go, Brandon.
D&D presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Hi.
What's happening? How you doing out there? Hold on. Debbie was late. I gotta hit my inhaler so I can smoke a pack of cigarettes before the show's over.
Okay.
First off, I want to thank all the veterans out there. Without you guys, we couldn't do shows like this that are in jeopardy anyways. I want to thank all the military serving overseas and homeland. Appreciate your service. I want to thank all the first responders, police, fire, EMS, nurses, doctors, tow truck drivers. We thank you. If you're on tonight, if you could comment even a period over in the section to the right in the comment section, because Facebook and YouTube like to mess with the numbers, and we're getting sick of it.
Right.
Not that we're going to do anything, Doug, but we're
Right. But at least we'll know. We'll know. Because
we catch them every week.
A lot of people say, yeah, I heard it. I listened to it, and we never.
No, we don't know.
Like
right now, how many is it show?
8, 9,
10, whatever.
No. We're topped out at 9 this week. Whatever they want to give us.
And I'll start bitching about it right now, and it'll go up to about 18, and then we'll shut up and about it, and then
for a little while.
What it went up 35 the one day, 30, 35 when I was really. So we got other things to talk about tonight, don't we?
No, not really.
One thing I do want to talk about, I didn't mention to you before we come on. It's about that time of year where we'll move the show back to 8 o'clock because it's nice out.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go to 8 o'clock next week?
What if I'm not available at 8?
I'm sure you are, because if we went on at 7, you'd still be on by 8.
What do you mean by that?
Because if we start the show at 7, we always go an hour and a half or so you're on. If you said I wasn't available at 9.
What if I'm not available at 8:30?
Yeah.
We'll have to see. I'm busy.
Let's get into our show. What's the first thing? I kind of want to get into them. Well, let's wait for a little bit for the Milan thing.
All right. Yep. Some hometown news.
DJ was supposed to come on. I never got back with him. He never got with me. So I'm going to contact him, push it for next week.
Okay.
he wanted to come on, and we never got back with each other. Basically, to be honest with you, I forgot about it till about an hour ago.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you're busy.
I am busy.
If we would have went at 8 o'clock, you would have had a whole another hour.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, this is going to be a great show lineup, everybody. And I think we'll try to keep everything at a decibel that the neighbors can't hear.
Yeah, geez, that password, I'm screaming it out. Neighbors walking outside, looking around, wondering.
What if somebody
join in?
What if somebody yelled back, "Hey, that's Hunter Biden's password"?
Oh, I'd have laughed my ass off.
So let's get into it. Our bumbling president. I'm just so sick of talking about him. There's just nothing more that we can say or do.
No, and actually, it's not funny, but anymore, it's just you sit there and shake your head and laugh.
Yeah, so that you don't just cry or kill yourself.
Well, we got a clip of him doing something stupid.
No, so
I can't believe we wouldn't have a clip
of you doing something stupid.
Me too.
I have some pictures. So the baby formula issue, we've solved it.
Have you solved it?
I have solved it. Me and Kat Kamak.
Oh.
Kamak. Let me let her know. I want to let everybody know that this video is chopped a little bit because I made it so that it's not very long. She went on, rambled for 15 minutes. I didn't think we could do 15 minutes of her. But she's a representative from Florida. She's a Republican. She's the youngest female elected to Congress. So I'll let her talk, and she'll tell you all about it. Here we go. So all you moms out there that need baby formula.
Hey guys. Congresswoman Kat Kamak here. It's about 8:30 on Wednesday, and I am in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, just off the Hill, and it has been a long day. We have voted on approximately, I would say, about 20 bills today. It has been a very, very long vote series, in addition to meetings, media, briefings, all the stuff that you can imagine. And it has been a week already, and it's only Wednesday. But the thing that is absolutely infuriating to me, above all else, and there's plenty to be frustrated and angry about, is what I have found out in the last 24 hours. We all know, especially our young moms, and of course, I have a lot of friends that are new moms. Y'all know that I'm in my early 30s, so of course, in my peer group, my age group, a lot of my friends that I've known for years and years and years are having families, starting families, and they are calling me, in addition to, constituents and, paying attention to what's going on the news, about the baby formula shortages. So across America, there are all these shortages of baby formula. One of our manufacturers had an FDA issue, so they suspended production, but there are other manufacturers. So there's been a shortage of baby formula. Now, cue a conversation and a series of text messages that I received last night from one of our Border Patrol agents down in Texas, right at the border. He says, "Kat, you would not believe the shipment that I just brought in." He has been a Border Patrol agent for 30 years, and he has never seen anything quite like this. He is a grandfather, and he is saying that his own children can't get food, baby formula, for his grandkids. But he, as a Border Patrol agent, just took in pallets of baby formula for all of the illegals that are crossing into the United States. And it is not the children's fault at all. But what is infuriating to me is that this is another example of the America Last agenda that the Biden administration continues to perpetuate. Pallets. I put photos on my Facebook earlier today of the full shelves, and they literally put handwritten signs on these shelves that they're stocking in warehouses at the border that say, do not take. And earlier today, about noon, I got another set of messages from other Border Patrol agents, and they were sending me pictures of the pallets of the baby formula that they were taking in. People are going to ask, okay, so this is a problem. What are you doing about it? Keep in mind, remember, Republicans are in the minority. We have zero leverage other than to expose what is going on, which is why I am always trying to tell you guys what is going on behind the scenes so that you can help me spread the word, because it is only through exposing this administration and what they're doing and then turning that into an action of contacting members of Congress and the administration and saying, we will not tolerate this, this is unacceptable, and reminding the government that they work for we the people. That is where our power is derived from.
So, our administration, our elected officials are shorting United States citizens, our future, our babies born in the United States, for illegals coming in.
Yes.
That's where we're at with this administration. They could give two shits about us, Doug. We've been saying that since he come in. You know, this is no surprise in my opinion. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I mean, we're hurting for chips for cars. We're hurting for this. Gas prices going off the chart. Grocery inflation. Inflation's going off the chart. Everything's costing more. But yet we're sending another 33 billion? Wasn't it 33 billion to the Ukraine?
Yeah.
We sent them how many billions already? But yet, if you got a baby out there and you can't find formula, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to the nearest government agency and say that you identify as an illegal coming across the Mexican border.
They'll get you taken care of. Yes.
I identify as an illegal coming across. And when they say you can't do that, hold on. You're letting the rest of the country identify as cats.
Right.
And everything else. Why can't I identify as an illegal alien? What's the difference? It's an atrocity.
You can say that word.
Yes. Biden can't, but I can. It's an atrocity, Joe Biden. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. But this is what we're dealing with. Why are we doing this?
Why? Yeah. My question, why are we doing this?
What, and I'll tell you why.
Is it going back to
tell you why.
The voter bill?
Here we go back to the voter bill. Pay attention, folks. The voter bill is going to start getting pushed. And if you're an undocumented person, that's how it's worded, undocumented person in the United States for over a year,
right,
you have the right to vote. Now, once again, I'll say, how fucking stupid are we, Doug? Undocumented person, which means you don't know how long they've been here, correct? Well, we gave them a cell phone. Yeah.
They're dying in that river. They've had probably 8 or 10 deaths in the last probably week.
Yeah, we're not seeing that. When's the last time we seen a picture of the border? I mean, true picture of the border and the cells that they're holding the people in, Doug. When's the last time we seen pictures of that?
We haven't.
I mean, true pictures. I can tell you one. When Trump was in office, they were taking all kinds of pictures. Biden goes in the office. First thing he does, remember this, Doug? First thing he does on the border is cut off all media, to them areas except for one outlet. Remember that one person, one group was allowed to take pictures, and they were being censored what they could and couldn't take. Government censorship and government control goes right down to your local too, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Somebody needs to get a hold of Sally Struthers. Is that her name?
Yeah.
And she needs to do
Gloria from All in the Family.
Right. There's Americans struggling, and for just $5 a day, you can feed a family.
You can feed a family. Because that's what we're going to need.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, Mike, it's the thing of it is this, and you got to watch what you do with drones. If you got a swimming pool in your backyard and someone puts a drone up in the air and they're watching your daughters or whatever swimming shit, and you shoot that drone out of the air, you can be charged.
Yeah,
we got some fucked up laws.
Yeah, you have to actually prove that they were actually spying on you, and
yeah,
I guess if they look at the footage, they'll know. But
regardless, why are we taking, when we know there's a shortage, taking formula and sending it down to the border? It is beyond me. This administration doesn't care about you, me, millions of other people in this country that are United States citizens, nor do they give a shit about the babies that are being born every day.
Unless
you're in
yes, and if you're in Connecticut and you are undocumented, you will get free prenatal care covered through a program called Husky, and I can't figure out what that means, but yes, you could do that.
Free prenatal care. Well, what you do then is you come across the border of Mexico, stop, get plenty of formula, and head up to Connecticut and get all the care you want. The baby's born and everything, and you're all set.
Life is good.
Life is good. What a fucking joke. And this is what I haven't watched the movie 2000 Mules yet. I haven't watched it. I'm gonna.
When?
With this week, sometime this week.
While you're working?
At night, whatever. I don't know. I'll wake up one in the morning and watch it, so it's fresh on my mind at 5 when I call you and wake you up.
And say, I watched it. Let's talk about it now.
Let's talk. But I will watch it. But, it's not a matter of Republican, Democrat, Doug. It's a matter of, and this is the route it's going. It's not a matter of a Republican Party, Democratic Party. It needs to become a matter of us, the Americans, citizens. And we've preached for a year now. We've preached that when's it going to be the time we stand up? I mean, yeah. We got homeless. Listen, our National Guardsmen. Always remember this. What this administration thinks of us Americans and our military. This administration, our National Guardsmen were told through that inauguration they could sleep down in the parking garage. Remember that, Doug? When it was 20 degrees, you got to sleep down on the bottom of the parking garage. At the same time, if you can remember, it was like a month later, 2 months later, we had an influx coming across when Biden took office of immigrants, and they weren't doing. What they did was took $83 million and bought them people hotels because remember, Doug, it was cold. They didn't give a fuck about our National Guardsmen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But cared about them.
Right.
That should have told you right in the very beginning. It's a shame. It's a shame. Doug's looking up something. He's all.
Well, I was just looking to see if Kat was married or not.
Oh, really?
Just
She's
checking.
in her 30s, Doug.
Just checking. Just want to make sure that I have a well-rounded knowledge of her. But
we won't ask why.
her link to her Facebook page is in the chat, and you can scroll through there. It's down a ways, but I encourage you to watch. It's like 15 minutes long, but she sat out there and did her little video for us.
And Tammy, you're right. That last comment on the thing, Tammy, you're absolutely right. And the problem is, you know, even the people that voted for him, a lot of them aren't going to say it now. They're even going, what the hell did I do? You know, and they're seeing it. You know, how do you feel? How do you feel when you go vote for that man? Gas was $1.89, $2.15 a gallon. You know, you go to the grocery store, spend $120, you were good. Now, gas is $4.35 a gallon.
Yep.
Diesel's $5.28. I thought I seen. And you go to the grocery store, and what you bought for $120 now costs you around $200, along with everything else. You know, Dean Henry's watching. Big D's Pizza. Dean Henry's watching. He had a post up. I don't know if you've seen that, and I shared it. And I don't know the numbers. I'm probably going to be off. So Facebook and YouTube, you know, you can quote me for misinformation. You can kiss my ass too, but you know, and come up a little further and do something else if you want. But
you can cover that by saying, you know, if I remember correctly,
yeah,
it was approximately.
You know, the approximate numbers were they bought, you know, 5 gallons of fryer oil. It was $25 last year. Now it's $45. You know, a case of chicken wings, for example, was $45 or $40. Now it's $125. You know, and take-home boxes that you get, the little take-home boxes that you get to take your shit home, was $25, and now it's $50 or $80. You know, and then we go into, you know, here's a prime example. Saturday morning, I stopped and got donuts. I'll give them a shout out, Donut House in Sandusky. Price went up again. She goes, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, but we had to raise the price." Yeah, whatever. You know, it ain't you. I paid the money. How can you look at a small business like Dean's, the Donut House, or something like that, and how can you literally, until you research and see how much this inflation in a year has went up? How can you actually look at them and say, "What do you mean it went up?"
Yeah, but, and I'm not defending it, but I'll just take the other side for a minute. You have a good job, making good money, and everything's went up for you, but you're still able to.
Well, I'm not, and I understand. I pay,
but somebody who's on Social Security, or somebody who is between jobs, or somebody who isn't working, they're out.
They're done. People on fixed incomes are fucked.
So what happens is
they don't care.
Right, they don't go to the donut house every week like they used to.
No.
So that just, all the small businesses are going away.
Trickle down effect, because, you know, Mr. Jones down the street has been retired. You know, he's on a fixed income. It don't matter if he's got a retirement and Social Security, whatever. He's on a fixed income. He gets X amount every month. That's it. Right. You're right, Doug. His electric went up. Natural gas bill went up. Gas in the car went up. Insurances, we know, went up, Doug. You know, everything's gone up.
Right.
Yet he's only getting one income. And Social Security in our government, the lying bastards that they are, says, well, we give them an 8% increase this year. Remember that back in January? We give them an 8% increase this year. But what they failed to say on the other end, that 8% increase, they upped their Medicare 11%.
So they could get it back. Yep.
So they got it back plus.
So it looked good on the outside, and then when you drill down.
And this is the grand illusion of what our government's doing right now with this administration. It's an illusion, Doug. Well, we're going to say, you know, we're putting it out there. We give them an 8% increase. And they're doing this with everything, not just that. You know, So the good part of it is, everybody's sitting at home. Look, this is the highest raise they got in years. They're getting an 8% increase. But they hide the fact that they took 11% back because they raised the Medicare. And that's all we're doing here is let's go to 15 an hour. Remember that? Pay them more money. Let's pay them more. Let's just say everybody went to 15 an hour. What the fuck's the difference? Because gas doubled. Groceries went up 30-40%. All your small businesses have increased their costs 30-40% to try to stay afloat. Everything's went up. So what is the difference? What is the difference?
No,
the only people you are hurting, you're right, Doug. The only people you're really hurting is the people on Social Security. And you fucked them enough. You've robbed their Social Security year after year after year after year. When is everybody, including us that paying into Social Security, going to have a class action lawsuit against the government, United States government, saying, listen, you've taken so much and borrowed so much, time to pay the piper. Pay it back. You're sending billions and billions and billions over to a war.
It doesn't
isn't
help
ours.
us one way or another.
It isn't ours. And yet you're robbing the fuck out of our Social Security people.
No. See, the other thing, and we were going to talk about, and I was going to get examples, but it would just drive you crazy if I showed you examples. But some of these companies it's called shrinkflation, and they're taking out, let's say, 3 ounces of this or that. You don't notice it, but you're paying the same amount or more. It's almost every company's done that now. You can just go online, Google, go to photos, and put in shrinkflation, and it will show you thousands of boxes. It used to be this tall, now they're this, or it used to say 15.03 ounces. Now it says 14.76.
Yeah, but you don't pay attention to that.
Right.
You don't pay.
Right.
It's just like, and I'm not going to name names, so you all know who I'm talking. Go down 250 in Sandusky. The major corporations, the major franchises, restaurants, they've cut their portions back, Doug. They've cut them way back. Go compare a shrimp from Red Lobster to a couple years ago. It was double the size a couple years ago.
Right.
Double it. So, but we don't say anything. But yeah, go to Big D's Pizza or the Donut House, for example, and okay.
When you ask for 12, you're getting 12. Donuts are same size.
Let's just say that wing that Big D sells was that big around. Now he had to go to the smaller wing. Oh, and the donuts are a quarter the size of what they used. Oh my God, we flip out and Just rat screw the hell out of them on Facebook and everything else.
Go to Olive Garden.
Yeah, we're not saying nothing about Cracker Barrel, Olive Garden, or
Yeah.
Oh, does it seem like they're giving us a little less? Oh yeah, but it's good. Well, the fucking pizza and shit at Big D's is good. The donuts at Donut House are good, but you're gonna rat fuck the small business and let the franchises go. Stop and think about that before the next time you go to your local dairy, ice cream shop, or your local mom and pop restaurant or donut shop or whatever. And when you walk in and say, well, shit, I can I'd go to Krispy Kreme and get, 25% less. And we'll take that goddamn donut from a mom and pop shop, or take that, whatever from a mom and pop local small business, and compare it to what you're buying over there. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Krispy Kreme ships their shit into like Speedways and that, sits in the freezer, and then, they bring it out and warm it up, put it on a shelf, and you say, oh, you got a fresh donut. You got a fucking donut that was made fucking 2 months ago and been in a freezer. You know what I'm saying, Doug?
Yeah.
But we don't say nothing about that. When the hell are you people going to wake up? We don't say nothing about that. But yet, mom and pop, been in business 30 years. God forbid they raise their prices $2, Doug. Oh, I can't believe they raised it $2. Well, you know what? I can here. Fine. I understand. Sometimes you got to pay for quality, Doug.
I agree. I agree.
It is what it is. Diana's Deli. Point blank simple. Mark knows this. We go to Diana's Deli after racing almost every week. Yes, they are, Dean. We go to Diana's Deli almost every week after racing. There's 3 menus: the afternoon menu, the morning menu, and then you got the after 10 o'clock at night menu for you drunks.
Right. And you don't know what you're paying, but you're paying.
You're paying, yeah, and it's more expensive. Trust me, we know it. We still go. People got to make a living too. I mean, no, they're not, and unfortunately, why they're not going to be able to survive is just what I'm saying. Because we as people, not saying all you out there, we as people, yeah, and they don't have mashed potatoes after 10. We as people.
That's a fact. Only in Sandusky.
We'll worry about $1 or $2 more and go somewhere else with less quality that is a franchise that's going to survive because they got plenty of help. We'll worry about $5 more on a bill, Doug, and fuck the hell out of our local business without doing any research and find out what they're going through. And it's terrible. And I'll use the big word again. That's another atrocity happening. Big time.
You can spit that out like...
I've used it twice.
Jeez.
So regardless, we pushed all the time, support your local business. Mike DeWine don't support him because he gave $100 million back to the government, federal government, that he could have split out amongst a bunch of small businesses, Doug. Boy, he's in trouble, ain't he?
Yeah.
We went into that last week, but regardless, how'd we get onto this from formula, baby formula? And that's what's happening with the baby formula. Is the administration don't care. I got grandbabies. They're off. They've not been on it for a while. Scarlett was the last one, Aaron's daughter, my grandbaby. She's been off it for a year and a half or maybe even longer. Well, 2.5 years now, probably 2 years, 2.5 years. But that doesn't mean I don't care. And that's the way the whole country should look. The majority of you've had kids, have nieces, nephews. If you didn't have kids, got grandkids. Your kids are going to have kids. You better start paying attention and start writing some letters and, contacting some congressmen and senators, or we're in trouble.
Tammy, if you go back to the Bilderberg group, that was that's their number one priority.
Yeah, we quit talking about the Bilderberg group because, we thought we were beating it to death, but many times we put how to get to them up here and everything else and preached the Bilderberg group is wanting to control the country and depopulate
the world.
The world. I'm sorry. And depopulate and, Bill Gates theory, we have over 7 billion people, and we should be at 4.3 billion or this or the other. And right along with the Bilderberg group, but you keep talking about it like we were, and people think, well, these guys are wackos, they're conspiracy theorists, which we're not. But
remember,
the Bilderberg group has talked about.
Yes, remember, there's already a global tax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I have to agree, they're almost depopulating. Look at what they've done over in Ukraine. Now they take all the baby formula, the COVID,
the global pandemic. Isn't it funny? January with 20,000 cases, all of a sudden, February, boom, you don't hear nothing about it. We have the primaries, a couple weeks ago, and now, boom, Ohio's got 16,000 cases a day. Did you know that, Doug?
I did not. I quit counting.
Now it's coming back. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It went away where you didn't see anything. You couldn't even get a number. Nothing. And now the primaries are over. We're back. I can't believe it. Omicron 2578-8565 50th version is making an appearance, and we got 16,000 cases a day. And the flying spider is saying, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, what happened?
They're gone.
The murder hornets.
Murder hornets are just, they gave up. They're drawn so scared and wondering what they're going to do with the inflation.
Right. Mark, the 2,000 Mules that you sent, was that the actual movie itself, or was that a trailer?
Trailer, I think.
If you let us know.
And listen, I looked up some stuff about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is the actual movie. Okay.
Can you post the link?
The Democrats and a lot of politicians, and of course Facebook, YouTube, and all them, they're really gunning on this movie. It's false information. This isn't true.
Oh, yeah.
That isn't true. This is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When you know something's true, and it don't matter if it's Republicans or Democrats, when they start all concentration gone on something and boom, concentrate on a movie, Doug.
Right.
That's all it is, a movie.
Right. And
You
even
didn't hear
when
this shit over Batman Returns.
you didn't hear the Democrats and Republicans fighting over it.
Right.
Okay. So there's
There's
the link for the movie. I just encourage you to watch it. Open mind. You're going to see things. No, that probably ain't true. But the premise of it all kind of.
Listen, this guy had to watch how he did it. Stop and think of this. And I haven't watched the movie, but I've researched a little, looked at some information. If you stop and look, this guy had to really think. I can't really even twist some of this shit a little bit, or they're going to nail me to the cross. If you really think about it, he knew that he was going to create a controversial movie. It's like Michael Moore or whoever with the McDonald's deal. Remember, was it Michael Moore that did the McDonald's deal?
Yes.
Okay, 30 days.
Yes.
30 days, all he ate was McDonald's. He really had to watch, because I researched some of that McDonald's. I tell you what, was suing them left and right, and they didn't win. They couldn't, because it was all fact. It was based on fact documentary. Mm-hmm. This guy has to be the same way. So you gotta, when you watch it, you gotta have an open mind, saying he knew he was going to be under fire. He knew that he's being watched everywhere he goes now. You can bet that. So there's got to be some truth,
So there's a lady, and I think the best way to do this would be to get her on, and she will come on. And I forget what they call her title, but she's in the government offices in Washington, PA. And that is apparently where all this started from.
Washington, PA.
Washington County, PA.
Now,
what she does bring up is that there's 3 nonprofit organizations out there that send out mailers, and they target single parent, inner city, seniors, and there was another one. And they send these letters out, and they're official looking. It looks like it's coming from the government, but it does say, it's like Center for Elections or something.
Yeah.
but it's a nonprofit organization. Hey, we would really like to get you into, mailing in your ballot. You could do that by just checking here. We'll send you information. And so people are being duped into checking that so that they now can get those by mail.
Okay.
And it when it comes in and you look at the form's very official looking. You sign there, they got your signature now. They've got your check that they can mail you a ballot, and they put their own spin on what
How
they
they
want.
want it. Yeah. Now here's the question of the day. Said a key word. It's a non-profit organization.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't anybody think that there should be an investigation to see who's donating to this nonprofit organization?
Yes.
Why aren't we checking into that? Now, if it was a Republican driven, we'd hear about it. We'd hear about it.
There'd be a committee.
There'd be a committee in Congress and everything else.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there should be an investigation. Who's donating to this?
That's a good
And
question.
if there's any government money donated to, we got a serious problem. If any congressman or any of that donates this, I have a serious problem with it.
But look at the control they have now. So if you're, they know what they're sending out. They know that they've got this many single parent people out there. They can attract them. Hey, your life could get much better by. And who's going to say, I don't want my life any better?
It's, it's easy to manipulate mail-in ballots.
That and people who, they go about their daily lives. And we'll find out about that here in a few minutes.
And 2,000 mules.
And 2,000 mules. Yes.
That comes out.
Yes.
Up to mail-in ballots. So.
Yes.
All right, Doug. What do you want to cover next? I'd like to get into the Milan thing while we're 40 minutes in.
Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
We're 42 minutes in, so take it away.
So, there's a small town, village of Milan, Ohio. Most of you know where it's at.
What's the population there?
If I had to guess, maybe 1,000 in the village.
It's
maybe
a nice village. Is it really?
Yeah, it's village of Berlin Heights, Berlin Township, village of Milan, Milan Township make up Berlin Milan School District. So that's an high school. So they have a zoning. 1,500. Thanks, Mark. They have a zoning. I believe in 2005 it went into effect. Privacy fences. So it was put in privacy fence if you were by an intersection. This is what it was put in for. If you're by an intersection, line of sight. You can't go past your house out into your front yard, privacy fence, this, that, the other. But what it said was it has to be 40% see-through. You have to be able to at least see through 40%. 60% of the vision can be obstructed, not anymore.
On the past the house or the whole thing?
No, on the privacy fence in general, the whole privacy fence.
What's the
Doesn't matter where it's at. 60% view can be blocked, 40% has to be open.
Okay.
Now, I understand if it's the line of sight by an intersection.
Yeah.
And I don't even think 60%, I don't believe you should be even 20%, in an intersection where it can obstruct oncoming traffic. In my backyard, I don't feel local, federal, state, whatever, and this is where we get pissed off local government. You should tell me that I got to have only 60% blockage, 40% has to be open. Who the fuck are you to tell me, okay, that, and the problem is this. They've issued permits over the years. Okay. You're going back, 17 years now. 17 years. They've issued permits where they've allowed people to go with privacy fence 6 foot, 100% around their backyards, correct? They've allowed it because this, that, or the other. So now all of a sudden it's become an issue. Yeah, right. You're right, Cal. Now it's become an issue because someone filed in a lawsuit because somebody is putting a privacy fence up next to one of the rental houses. I don't know. They got a red ass about it or something. They had to take the fence down. Now, I know a person that's got a permit, got a privacy fence run down one side of their property. They got a pool. Now they got the money. They're going to continue the privacy fence around because they're, kids swim in the pool, which, okay, fine. Now, no, sorry. What do you mean, sorry? No, you got to continue that fence with this under the zoning, 60% blockage only, 40%, you got to look through. Now, if you go and try to find a fence,
Right.
Try to find a fence to that. It's 2 1/4 spacing on the boards that, try to find a fence. You can't.
A picket fence, maybe.
Yeah, it's 6 foot high. So now this person's pissed off, which I would be too. They want their fence to look the same all the way around the backyard. Now they're pissed off. Well, what do you think the Village of Milan tells them?
I know the
answer. You can appeal this. But it's $175 charge to appeal the zoning. $175 charge to appeal. Never mind that you pay fucking taxes and everything else to that community. To go in front of zoning, what I would call zoning commission, which is city council, village council, zoning inspector. If you want to appeal that and go in front of us, it's $175 charge.
Now,
sorry, ma'am.
What do you think the charge is for?
Just to collect money, in my opinion. You tell me. If I'm going to village council meeting, I'm not bringing people in to have a special meeting, correct?
Right.
And I know a little bit about what village politics are compared to cities, and because I grew up in Berlin Heights. My dad was mayor 16 years. He was on council, everything else. So I know a little bit. They meet once a month. Village council meets, just like the big ones. But you walk into Berlin Heights, Milan, even Huron, a few of these, you can get on the docket. Why do I got to pay $175 fucking dollars?
Because we're trying to deter you from appealing anything. I don't agree with it at all.
Or we're going to take your $175 and say, well, okay, Mark, why am I paying taxes? Mark's probably going to chirp about this because he lives over in that area. Why am I paying taxes if I live in that village? What board? You got one zoning commissioner, one zoning inspector, works 2 days a week.
And he's been paying
Unless he works more, then why? And here's the question of the day. You have a zoning inspector that's available Tuesdays and Thursdays. Go to the website. His phone number's up there. Now, he has an issue with returning phone calls, evidently.
Now,
because he's gotten 6 messages from me, Doug.
Okay.
6 messages. Now, the mayor of Milan evidently has a issue with returning phone calls because she's gotten 3.
So here's another.
Okay, wait, Doug. Okay, they have a board for zoning.
But wait,
for zoning. No, wait. For zoning, Mark, they got a board for zoning because I got an answer to that. That zoning board meets once a month.
But they're being paid anyhow.
Right. Whether someone comes in on an appeal or not, they're meeting.
Right.
They're meeting. And if they're not being paid, why is there an appeal process? And if they're being paid for that meeting and being on that board, regardless if someone appeals something or not. Why do I as a Village of Milan taxpayer, which I'm not, I'm just saying if I was, my argument, why do I, as a taxpayer to Village of Milan, have to pay a $175 fee to go in and dispute a zoning?
Listen, if they get a good attorney, that attorney's going to pull just what they did to these people that were in front of the Supreme Court Justice's house. You cannot sway someone's opinion by bullying them, by making them pay, by doing anything like that. You can go publicly and do that, but they're making that person pay, which some people go, I just don't have the money to pay.
I'm not paying $175 to go up there and appeal that when I don't, there's a chance I could walk out of there when it's a 50-50 crapshoot.
Right.
You're better off going to a Hollywood casino and that $175, you got a better chance. Your chances are the same as going in front of that zoning board.
I don't know that you can charge people for an appeal.
Well, you evidently can. Village of Milan, $175 to appeal.
And that's even ridiculous. Like if they said, well, you know what, $25, because we're going to have to get the board together and we're going to have whatever.
They meet once a month.
I know that, but let's say they want to meet and take care of this now. Okay, we're gonna get together here next week and take care of this. But 170, where did that come up? Who came up with that?
Well, I'd like to know that answer. But the problem is we can't get a return phone call. Listen, they did, Mike, for a fence going down on one part of their property. Okay, it was approved. They didn't have it for the other. You know how it is. When you draw a permit, listen, everybody's been through this process. See, there they go. They charged Mark $100 for an appeal, Mark. 15 years ago. When you get a permit to put up a fence, okay, you got to describe. Okay, I'm going down this section. Right. This is all I'm doing now. If you were smart, I'm doing the whole thing. See, there you go. $100, Mark. There's no reason. It's bullshit that you got to file an appeal. To appeal.
Well, if they want to make money, they can come up with some stuff to get people to start appealing.
But the thing of it is, Doug, your tax money is already paying for a zoning board, a zoning commission, a village council, the mayor. Why does him or any other person, her, have to pay $100 to $175 appeal process to go in front of something and debate it? It's fucking bullshit.
Now, the only thing that I can think of that I would feel a little bit better about is if they said, we need to send this to our attorney. And, it costs $175 for him.
Why do they got to send it to the attorney?
Because maybe they want to help this person out. And
last I knew, here's how it fucking worked. Village council makes the rules, correct?
Yeah, but they can be wrong too.
So if the zoning commission has got to abide by the rules set forth through zoning and village council, voted on, put into law, correct? So by rights, Mark, 15 years ago, this person now should be able to go in front of the zoning board when they meet and appeal this, say, listen, her case, his case, whatever it may be. If zoning board then at that time feels, this fucked up, let's put it in and go to council with it. That's how I thought the process worked, but evidently it costs you 115 years ago and 175 now to go through the same process that you're paying taxes for anyways, Doug. And the second thing is, what fucking business does any government agency at a local, federal, or state have that they want to see in your backyard? That's the question of the day. We want to see what you got back there. Then knock on my door. If I feel like I'm going to take you back there and show you, I will. Right. If I feel I want to tell you get off my property, come back with a search warrant. Go look. This is what I'm saying. And this shit has been in place, 2005 is what I was told. Evidently, 15 years ago, Mark filed in an appeal. And here's the kicker of the whole story, Doug. Here's the kicker. This is where Mike Rutherford's going with it, because Mike knows who I'm talking about. They already have a chain link fence around the rest of the property. They want to replace the chain. So somewhere in the time period, there was a permit given for that chain link fence. There was another permit given for the one side they did, which shouldn't have been according to the rules. Why did they write that permit out and say it was okay? They're according to what I'm hearing. There's a bunch of them around town that got permits for these backyard fences since 2005. Why? And two, now they're applying for a third permit to do that.
So who issues the permit? The city, the board,
Zoning.
the council?
Zoning inspector.
So zoning knows their laws, and they issued.
Here's what happened. We'll go into this. For years, if it was in the backyard, put it up. Somebody's putting one up next to another person's rental property. That person owns the rental property, gets pissed off because it's not in the zoning. They start pitching a bitch. Boom. Take it down because it's in the zoning. Now, I don't know what part of it's went to court. Don't know. It's in litigation on that specific part, evidently. Don't know what, how, what, where, what. No, there's litigation going on. But if it was me, and I'm holding a permit issued by the zoning inspector, it says I can do this, and I get the fence halfway done, and I'm come back, well, you can't do that. The neighbor's bitching, it's not in the zoning, You got to take it down. Let me tell you something. There'd be litigation, all right, Doug. Somebody going to pay for that fence I bought. Somebody going to pay for the contractor's time that he's got into it. Small town politics, exactly what Mike said. But this is no different from federal all the way down to show you local politics. Now, of all the shit we're talking about, why these permits issue, why it even went into effect, line of sight is what they said, then it should have been specified in a zoning. If you're so close to a street or you can't protrude past the front, of your house, that should all been defined, not an open end, 60% blockage only. But the question I got more than anything, it irritates me more than anything. Why do these people have to pay an appeal fee? Right, Dean. Tell me a privacy fence. Where can you find a privacy fence with 2.25 openings, slits? And how much you think that's going to cost extra to get built? You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think it's anybody's business what's in my backyard. I see a lot of privacy fence. My neighbor's got one. And like Cal says, sometimes privacy fence like that make good neighbors. I got a pool. I won't put a privacy fence up because maybe we got some creepy ass people walking around. There's a lot of pedophiles and a lot of weird ass people right now getting away with a lot of shit because of this administration. Right, Dean, they don't. So it's going to cost you 20 times more in today's world with lumber costs to build that fence your own plus the time. But there's a lot of people, weird ass people right now, getting away with a lot of shit. I might want to put one up so these weirdos can't see in my backyard my grandbaby's swimming.
Right.
I got 4 granddaughters. 4. You want to sit and look through my privacy fence? If I got one trying to look at my grandbabies, you just might as well dial 911. Because I'm going to be down. I'm going, you're going to need an ambulance and a cop down here in about 5 seconds. Boom. Yep, you better send one right now.
Don't they sit there now near you?
I had one out in the front yard. Remember that shit a couple years back? I went through all that shit with that pedophile sex offender.
Yeah, now they're sitting there helping you out on the road.
Yeah, now they're sitting there. Yeah, after my little episode Friday night, they're sitting up the street here. Police, thank you, Perkins Police. really appreciate you sitting up there. I thought I was going to go to jail, but whatever. You're going to sit there on a Sunday night when I tell you sit here on a Friday or Saturday night or Saturday morning, but whatever. Whatever.
Catch that Sunday driver.
6 foot high. That's what I'm talking about, Dean. 6 foot high privacy fence is what I'm talking about. That's in question. So, Doug, I still ain't got a call back from zoning inspector, and I still ain't got a call back from mayor or any village council after several messages.
When did you call him?
What was it, Thursday and Friday?
Okay.
Was it Thursday? Whatever day I called you about this flipping out. Can you believe this shit?
Yeah, I think it was Thursday because I was going to say Friday. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're probably on the golf course. You'll get a call back Monday.
Now, don't get me wrong. I realize in a village like that, council members, mayors,
have jobs.
And all that are they have full-time jobs. But I called early enough in the day, Doug. It was pretty early in the day, and I made several phone calls early enough in the day that I could have got a call back Friday.
She's walking her dog.
Whatever. But so we'll keep you updated on that. It's just something to think about, even at your local, because we always talk about federal and state. We don't in schools, which we'll talk about tonight, but we don't get into the local too much. But it trickles all the way down. Now, she was on Facebook, on a site. You're from Berlin Heights when, or you're from Milan when. Puts us up. Of course, there's some bickering back and forth. Legitimate question. So, Facebook and all their wonders, they don't take down the comments like they would you people over there on the right. If you made a comment, you get bam, you're gone. They don't take down the comment. They take down the whole post. The whole post, Facebook, or it could be the administrator or the page, whatever. You want to, you all want to censorship all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that I've done that myself several times through the years too, Joe. But put it up. If you don't get caught, well, someone bitches, you play stupid. I didn't know I needed a permit. I didn't know I needed that. But I'm just saying we'll keep you updated on this next week, see where we're at with it. But it's bullshit. I don't feel state, local, federal, soon to be world government should be able to, why would they? I don't understand why they would have to look in my backyard.
Right. I agree.
It's my property. You can kiss my ass. You want to know what's back there? Knock on my door. I'll take you back there. If I don't want to, go get a search warrant. Do it right. We have probable cause. You got probable cause. Kiss my ass too. I don't see you doing it. Go get a search warrant. I'll let you do both. So, all right, Doug. I'm done on that. So,
okay, let's give away pizza.
Big D's Pizza.
Clyde, Ohio.
Dean Henry, Clyde, Ohio.
Hashtags no bull show.
And there you go.
No bull show.
No bull show. Hashtag no bull show.
Hashtag no bull show. Yep.
So you guys get it in. And thank Dean Henry.
While we're waiting on you to put it in, we'll talk.
There was a guy from from Michigan, Todd Terrell.
Yeah. He
went to another show last night, racing show, and he was stopped by the track today. I talked to him for a little bit. It was, 11 o'clock or whatever. And Actually, he was actually Dean. That's why I texted you. He was going to stop by. He had to be back in Michigan, but
Oh, really?
he was gonna wait for a little bit and drop by Clyde and order pizza, but he had to get
cool.
going. So, just letting you know, Dean, we're getting the word out there, buddy.
Paying off.
But
You need to move that or get another franchise. If
Yeah.
you were in Sandusky or Norwalk, we'll fill it. We'll fill the place.
We'll fill the place. We ought to be able to fill the place now. Not worry about cops or firemen.
Right.
Mark,
They
no
should be
space.
pretty happy.
No space in between the hashtag and make it all one, please. But what are we going to talk about next?
Well,
oh boy. Normally people, when he gets that wall and half shit-eating grin.
No, we'll do this one. It's a quick one. So all this transgendered crazy stuff that's going on in the schools.
Oh boy.
So
Tammy,
now
if you got some melatonin gummies or something, you might want to take one.
We're
going into the school section.
Yeah, you have some melatonin gummies.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at him when you said that. Oh boy,
I'm not sure, but you're still putting a space in between the hashtag and no bull.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, he's not going to blow up just yet. So now I don't know who started it or why they started it, but parents, if your kids go to school and they say, I want to be, my pronoun is a female.
My pronoun is a leopard striped cat.
The teachers should just go with that, and you're a leopard striped cat now. Meow. And they are not supposed to be letting the parents know that. That's between the parents and the kid.
We went over this about Wisconsin, a school in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I'm going somewhere with it.
The parents weren't entitled
to know.
Okay.
Well, in this article, it's more about, the teachers are not telling the family members what's going on. They keep that to themselves because they don't want to get involved in that.
Okay.
So now this lady who claims that she's a Christian and she does not believe that there's more pronouns than he and she.
Right.
So
her beliefs don't matter.
To the school they don't. To the federal court they do. The federal court ruled this week that a Kansas teacher is able to communicate honestly with parents of her transgendered students using their preferred name when different from their given name. So she can call them up and go, your daughter Sarah wants to be called Scott, where the school did not allow that.
Okay, here's the next question I got though.
Mm-hmm.
What if that does happen and a teacher chooses not to say nothing?
Well, then they're good with the school. School's happy about that. School was not happy.
I'm talking about the judge.
What about the judge?
In his judgment.
Is
he required? Is that teacher required to tell the parent?
No.
Then there's no change.
She just said, I'm a Christian and I don't believe in this. And he said, okay, I agree with you, and you can call the parents.
So she's gonna get laid off.
Probably. They're probably gonna do something like that. All right.
And nothing's gonna happen. See, so there's no change.
Correct. I agree with that. There's not going to be. All right, we ready to give this away?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's Let's make this happen.
And you know what? I'm going to give 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, and 2 Pepsi.
Are you really going to? Hey, this is a big show coming up.
That's fine. I don't care.
This is a big one.
2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 Pepsi products. Saturday night, Ohio Wheelman Series coming in the Sandusky Speedway along CRS Truck Series, Pure Stocks, Renegades, and Beginner Stocks.
A fabulous night will be. So I'll give you a minute if you want to put your name in for that as well. Yeah, that's how much are they saving by winning tickets?
I believe that's $15 ticket, so $30.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Big D's Pizza. Up grabs 2 weeks to redeem it from today.
Yep.
Or you give it away. The Clyde Fire Department, Police Department, had to order new uniforms.
He's
Kale Crab.
All
right. Seen Kale Saturday last night.
I was going to ask you.
He had to blow their ass and go out if he wanted. He said, no.
Oh, I did think he was there, so
yeah, he was there.
Because I was going to ask if we were going to see that.
He's like, no.
All right.
Okay. I'm afraid I might blow a piece of the track out, Chris. You know, that's,
yeah, and it'll go up in the stands.
Yeah. And then we'll all get sued. All right. Congratulations, Cal.
2 tickets.
2 tickets to paradise.
2 hot dogs, 2 Pepsi. Is that what you said?
Didn't want to jinx the show. Yeah. It was already jinxed.
Believe me.
The Gremlins last feature in Renegades, they crawled all over the computer system. Trust me.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, all right.
You're going to have fun this week with whoever up there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
To you, the races.
No, you won't.
No, to the races. Tickets to the races.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mark Reed.
There you go, Mark.
There you go.
Just get a hold of me after show and private message, and I'll get you all set up.
And that is that.
Couldn't see the full moon from all the cloud cover, Mark.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be the blood red one.
I don't know.
All right.
One of his worst nightmares when he got rain at noon, and then all of a sudden the clouds are coming in, yellow, red, and everything, and they go, whoop.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? We got rain coming in a half hour. Whoop, never mind.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So, and I'm just going to show you just how numb we are to this. So, according to News 4 in Jacksonville, Florida, a black woman is suing the Duval County Public Schools after her son enrolled in a middle school, Mandarin Middle School, was called a racial slur by his teacher and told that black people are beneath white people. Now, this is real.
She should sue him. She should win. That teacher should be stripped and everything else.
So,
is there more to the story?
The teacher told this lady's son that he gets mad when he gets mad. Somebody calls him the N-word, but he thinks he can say it about himself. This is what the teacher's saying. He can call himself that, but nobody else can. And the complaint alleges that the son asked the teacher how she would feel if someone called her a cracker, and she responded by calling him nigger and saying, "You don't have the privilege to call white people crackers because black people are beneath white people."
Way crossing the line. should be stripped, never teach again, should not even be allowed to be in any customer service as far as that goes. So I don't care.
How
if
do
it's
you
a
say
McDonald's-
that to a kid?
a middle school kid? You have no right teaching. You should have never. I wonder how many kids went through that school program that are have heard different shit from.
That's
I mean,
where
she should be.
that's where
She
I
should,
was.
you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, they push this hate crime thing too much to a point. Okay, you know, different things said. You could be charged with hate crime. A school teacher saying something like that to a middle school kid, I'm telling you right, there should be a charge for that. She should be prosecuted. Because in my mind, you're corrupting that kid. You're corrupting that kid's mind. You're not. There's nothing good comes out of that for that kid. That kid will remember that the rest of his life.
That's kind of where I'm going with this, and why it actually I found this last week, but then yesterday it really started working on me the whole way home. 3 hours worth. That we had an 18-year-old white person go to Buffalo to the Tops store and shoot 10 people and kill them. 10 people, black, and he said he did it because he wanted to kill blacks.
That's a hate crime. He should be.
Yeah,
death penalty.
No, they don't have it. They don't have it in New York.
Then he should never see daylight ever.
He'll see 10 life sentences. Is what he'll see.
Yeah, he should never see daylight. But what
he's
I'm
18 years old, though.
Doesn't matter.
The problem is they're going. Listen, and you watch this unfold. The parents and all that's going to get drug into this. You didn't see any signs of this, right? How could he just up one day and go and do this? This had to have been something that was stewing for some point in time. It wasn't a spur of the moment thing. And I listened to it last night on the radio. They're like, the parents. What's wrong with the parents? Are they going to get pulled into this? And one of the attorneys that they were talking to said, most likely they will.
I don't have to disagree with that.
But then you look at something like this, and what if there was other people around who, and if you look at this kid, he looks like he's a loner, kind of, just one of them kids that they kind of push him through school. What if he heard that? Now I hate black people.
Hey, listen, here's the deal. I don't care what you think or what anybody else thinks. He didn't just learn to hate black people on his own growing up.
Exactly.
And if he did, parents should have caught that. Because by the time he's 18, he said something. He said something. Yeah, but this 18-year-old kid, didn't just wake up that morning and say, you know what? I don't like black people no more. And I'm going to go to Buffalo and I'm going to shoot 10 of them. He didn't just wake up that morning and think that.
Right.
And if, there should have been signs that should have been caught and stuff. But the problem is this. It's just like Creed. What's the guy that we played the song on last week? Creed Fisher. Fisher's song. If you listen to that song, a part of it, I don't mean this for everybody, okay? So don't, you younger generation, don't take it the wrong way. But a majority of the younger generation, he hit it on the head. Grandparents raising their kids, they're on the phone. You know what I'm saying? There's a younger generation coming up through that it's easier to go like this. Here, go to YouTube Kids. I've caught myself doing it with my grandkids, Doug. I'm serious, guys. I've caught myself with my grandkids. Hey, can I watch fun? Here, watch YouTube Kids. And they're
instead of giving them a book.
Instead of, yeah, right.
Or
exactly.
reading a story.
So I get how easy it is, but the thing of it is Parents got to be parents until this world ain't gonna straighten out. This country ain't gonna straighten out till parents they got to start being parents again. But the problem is the government and the woke generation and all these other groups got to start letting the parents be parents again without trying to interfere. That's you're right. I mean, there's several things. It's just there's no way in my mind. There's no way that kid just woke up that morning and did this. Right. There had to be signs, or it had to be taught, Doug. Now, Can you charge the parents? No. He's 18 years old.
Well, I think he just turned 18. But
doesn't matter. He committed a crime when he was 18.
Yeah, but the attorney that was talking to him last night said that, yes, those parents could be charged.
For what?
He didn't think it was likely, but because he's still living under their roof, he's still going to school.
It doesn't matter. He turned 18. Now, this is my fucking problem with this situation. When you start getting into this fucking age bullshit.
Right.
Well, he's an adult to do this, but he commits a crime like this. Well, let's blame the parents, drag him. He's really not, because, he just bullshit.
Here's what it is with the media and that. They know that everybody's watching that. So they're going to dig at this because
they'll bring the parents in.
They'll get the parents in, because there's 10 lives that were lost. It wasn't like one or two.
God, that's tragedy. I don't care. It's terrible. But here's the problem. Our media, mainstream media, have something else to jump on, and they'll blow it way out of proportion to create that racial divide even further and flare something else up, because of one person. But how much have we seen about the black guy that went on a subway in New York and started shooting up white people?
None.
Where's that mainstream media? Where are we seeing reports of the subway shooting where the black guy went out and started shooting white people, throwing racial slurs?
Well, I'm kind of still thinking about this.
I'm asking a serious question, though. Where's the mainstream media on that?
They're not going to do that. That's not news.
What's the difference? Shouldn't they take that black guy and say, "Hey,
you're not
spank your ass when you were a kid,"
you're not going to get an argument, because I agree with it.
But my question is this: why? And don't get me wrong, it shouldn't be going on. Period. At all. There should be none of this going on. Whether it's black, white, shooting white or black, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be going on. But we can't continue. It's got to be equal across the board for the same crime.
If your kids today were living with you and they committed a crime, the police are going to question you and Deb.
Well, I understand. I'm going to get called in for question because they're in this house. And they're going to get a search warrant, search my house. Right. I get all that. I understand that. Right. That's because he's living here. Now, for the parents to be drug in on anything more than that,
right? Let's say they search your house and they're like, "You really didn't see this hanging on the wall? You didn't see this drawing here?"
It's irrelevant because the kid's over 18.
Remember that kid, wherever he was, his parents are still in jail over him doing whatever he did. Remember that? That didn't make any sense, but this kid's 16 or 15 years old, and he shot up someplace, and his parents are in jail because they didn't.
That's different.
They didn't alert. Well, but
the kid's 16. If they pass the voter rights
bill, but the parents didn't do anything.
Kids vote for like Joe Biden and everything, and all this shit goes on, and they find out, like, let's say in the next year that the election was rigged in that, should we take them parents in because their kid voted for Joe Biden?
Yes, definitely.
Good luck. Whatever. I feel it's wrong. The kid's 18. He should be treated as an adult. And yes, I agree that the house should be searched because he's living there and everything, but I don't feel the parents, now that he's 18, should be brought in. I think they should be exposed a little bit, but I don't think any criminal action should happen towards him. If he was 17, 16, yes.
So age does make a difference.
Well, it has. Can I buy a beer at 18?
You can go serve your country at 18.
Can I buy a beer?
No. Can't buy cigarettes.
Can I buy a pack of cigarettes?
Nope.
No, this is can't own a firearm at 18, right? But you go serve your country.
Yes.
In a foreign land fighting. How many kids we send over in 20 years at 18 years old? See, I know you just went and fought for the country and had one of them assault rifles.
You can not have this beer.
But when you come back, no, you're not responsible enough to buy a beer or a pack of smokes till you're 21. We're not done using you. By the time you're done here, then you'll be old enough to buy one. All
right. All right. Let's move on. Right. Okay. You remember the smoking kits that the government's given out to everybody?
That they're basically saying, hey, was it a smoking kit or was it a heroin kit?
It was a smoking kit with
for crack
lip
and
balm and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was, who was this? The Free Beacon, Washington Free Beacon sent out a reporter to go get kits from different states, and he came back with those kits.
Were they different?
They were a little bit different.
How?
I will show you.
All right.
Every one of them have those what are they called? Heroin. Those tubes. What is it called? Crack pipe. Jesus, couldn't think. There's in every single one of them. They asked Jen Psaki. It was her last day Friday. They asked her about it. No, that's the media. That's there. No, that's not happening. She just blew it off as this is just a way to get back at the administration. They don't have crack pipes in them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm seeing crack pipes.
I'm pretty sure I am too.
When do we hold her accountable for lying for this motherfucker?
She's gone.
Doesn't matter.
But it's just like everything else. We'll forget about
it. How can our administration sit there?
Meth pipes, yeah, that's what it is.
And say, no, that ain't happening. That's not true. When you're looking right at a kit that they're giving out.
Listen, just like everything else, just like the Afghan thing, it's kind of all water under the bridge now. Nobody's talking about that.
I didn't get that information. Oh yeah, they gave it to you fucking 3 months ago. Remember, if we move out, this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, we forgot about that because we're in Ukraine now.
Right, we're dealing with that.
So we forgot all about the whole thing and how much we left in Afghanistan. The Taliban said that. Afghanistan, so we won't let the Taliban come in. And 3 days later, after we're gone, what happened? Approved by Hunter. Hey, no fuck 69. Just push that code in and you'll get a free crack pipe.
Okay.
It's just remember the $400,000 that we're going to give to the illegal immigrants that were detained?
Yes.
The Department of Justice said that, Doug. The Department of Justice said that. And the very next day, our president goes, I don't know where you're getting this information from. It's a lie. Remember that? Mm-hmm. The next day.
So the paper's called the Free Beacon. The guy that went out and got all these is Patrick Hoff. And you can look him up. I think it's Washington Free Beacon. And he went to each one, and they gave it to him. They wrote down his name and stuff, gave him a kit, and off he went, tripping over all the other ones.
Let me ask you this, though.
On the way out.
So evidently there was no check and balances about giving these kits away.
No.
Because if he went to several states and they gave him one and he left, wouldn't someone say you have an ID?
Correct. Well, yeah, and they would write that stuff down. He goes through exactly how he got each one of them.
He shows ID.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are they giving it from another state? A person. Listen, I'm on vacation and I forgot my crack pipe. Can I have one?
Well, that's the other thing is he just went in and said, "Could I get a smoking kit?" Sure. What's your name, address? Okay, here's your kit. Now he went.
I'm
Not
passing
not
through.
not
I'm jonesing out.
what's the issue? Yeah. What's the problem? What's going on? Nothing.
Yeah.
No, we're just handing it out.
No psychiatric evaluation, even a fucking 5-minute one. Here you go. We want all you guys smoking crack. You vote, right? Sir, do you vote? Yes, here you are.
Compliments of Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe and Crackhead Hunter.
Do you did you ever read any comics like Marvel comics?
No.
I didn't either. I never did either. Marvel.
Mike Rutherford will tell you in Berlin Heights. Some kids may have or whatever. We're too busy down at the Cricks, uptown playing. When I was a kid, no, I didn't.
Okay, and I probably looked at one or two in my whole entire life, and I didn't like them. But anyhow, Marvel comics, they're woke. Everybody, they're woke.
Uh-oh.
So guess what we get?
Too much violence?
We get no. We get transgendered comics now.
Oh my God.
There's 2 of them.
And it's Captain Don't Know What I Am. Lord forbid you call her Captain Tranny. In that room over there, you'll get 3 days. But,
Right. Yeah. So that's exactly. There's 2 transgendered. They have names.
Do they go into transgender bathrooms?
No, what happens is like when she stands next to somebody, she can morph into their body, and she becomes them, or they become her, or whatever, however it works.
Oh, there's been movies like that. So would they make that transgender friendly?
Well, this is all coming out for Pride Month, whenever that is.
This next month, I believe, June.
All right. Well, mark the date. So if your kids are reading Marvel comics, watch out because you're going to get the transgender. There goes.
What do they got? Captain Ivy standing there with a bulge in his pants down here and 44 double D's.
Golly.
Debbie walks out when I say that. She don't know what the hell we're even talking about. Looking at me like.
Hopefully she didn't hear you say anything.
There hasn't been anybody around. Why is there a huge bulge in it? I was looking at my 44 double D's. Got excited.
So there's Meet Marvel's new transgendered mutant and her genetically engineered turtle.
What? Dude, you think I'm gonna stop right there? Could you say that again? Oh my God, I got meet who?
Okay, Meet Marvel's new transgender mutant and her genetically engineered turtle.
So it sounds like 2 people, right? The mutant and the turtle. Correct?
Well, there's a turtle. Yeah. No people.
Turtle head pops out. I'm a guy today. The head goes back. I'm female. What the fuck is this world coming to?
She wants to be there for everybody who's been left behind, and she wants to help people feel like they can belong and be seen and loved.
Like we ain't heard this story from the administration. I want to help the homeless. We're going to stop all this poverty. So now, what I'm going to do is create a baby formula shortage because I'm sending it to the border. And you know what? I know I told you guys I was going to help you, but Ukraine needs our money.
Her name is Escapade.
Why is it her? I thought it.
Oh, its name is Escapade.
There you go. And we're gonna get fucking nailed for false information on Escapade.
Right. You said
her.
You said
You
her.
said her, and that is misinformation. And this is what we're putting out to our kids.
So, Marvel Comics, if you have the subscription or whatever, you'll be getting your edition here soon. It's
Escapade.
Escapade
and a turtle.
For Pride Month.
Turn the page, and the turtle's head will be out.
I'm done.
Turn the page. It's coming out for Pride Month.
That's coming up for Pride Month.
Listen, once again, I don't care what you are. I don't care what you are. Transgender, gay, lesbian,
LBGTQ2AIS.
Whatever. If you're in that group, I don't care. I don't care. But question of the day, why is it okay to push that? But because probably 99.9, if not 105% of the people over on the right-hand side here, their beliefs are different than that. Why does that make us wrong? Why all of a sudden is one belief's okay and we got to jam it, literally jam it down our throat, not being sarcastic, in this group, but why did we have that jammed down our throat and we got to go along with this and our beliefs are wrong?
I don't know.
All right, it's what have we come to in the last 5 years? The last 2 years, really, but what is government? Governor DeSantis, I'm sure, ain't going to put up with this shit.
Bar Marvel from his state.
Hey, Marvel comic books, you go right over there at Disney World.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
So, what else, Doug?
That's it.
So, we're done. Wow. Minute and 36 seconds. Hour and 36 minutes. 7 minutes.
We have 4 people left.
Really? That's it? I don't believe that, but whatever. So.
We've got one more big thing.
What?
Because Doug always does.
No.
All right. Thank everybody for watching. We'll be on next week. I'll update you about the Milan situation. Anything else, Doug?
No, I think we've covered everything from A to Z.
Okay.
We got our transgender story.
Cab Krebs won the pizza. Who won the tickets? Mark Reed?
Yep.
So, all right, people. Y'all have a good night. Be safe this week. God bless y'all. God bless America.
See ya.